Hi, everyone. I'm Dave Bovin. I serve as the Dean of the School of Business and Technology at Chipola College. We're preparing for our next segment of our weekly Biz Tech Talk. Today we'll have our co-host, Ben Bridges, be interviewing the president of our PBL club, Cami. So she'll be talking about life as the president of the business club and as a student enrolled in our business and technology programs. But one thing that seems to be catching a buzz on campus, both in class and online, is this thought of we didn't just survive, we thrive. Dr. Clemens has this message, this vision, which many leaders on campus are championing. And it seems to tie well to what we're trying to provide in our course environment, through our interactions on campus, not just surviving, but thriving, of building on our solid foundation of reaching new heights. The thought of, in our business and technology courses and our programs of study, focusing on accounting, on engineering, on computers, on management, you really can focus on your goals in life, your academic and your professional goals. For example, looking at this broad area of management, you may have an interest in hospitality, in retail, in sales and marketing, bring in our technology classes of web development, of social media. You really can not only just survive professionally, but you can thrive. You can reach for these next steps. And we would really enjoy working with you, helping you reach your goals, your dreams in life. So feel free to contact us and continue your interactions with us. And we look forward to these next steps together. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to our weekly Biz Tech Talk. Today we have Cami here, the president of Phi Beta Lambda, also known as PBL. How are you today, Cami?
I am wonderful, and thank you for having me here.
It's a pleasure. So, for the people who are unfamiliar, what does PBL do and what does PBL cover?
Absolutely. Phi Beta Lambda is actually part of a bigger organization than just that one component. It is Future Business Leaders of America on the high school level, Phi Beta Lambda on the collegiate level, and then we also have a professional division. And this organization as a whole is the largest student business organization in the world.
Wow.
So certainly when you think of it in that aspect, you can obviously deduce that there's going to be some possibilities available that may just not be right here in our own little community.
Right.
There's connections to be made, networking that can be done, and so many things to learn and to be able to grow with that information. So it is a business organization for students, and this is for the collegiate level, but it's not just for business students. It's for any student. You do not have to have a business major or even be currently taking a business course, because business plays into every profession that anyone's going to look into going into, whether it be nursing, whether it be a teacher, whether it be accounting, which is what people typically think of. But in any case, you're going to be communicating with people. You'll have data to analyze and to convey. So business plays a role in all of that. We may even look at, say, individuals that are here with our sports programs and that have various different majors of their own that may not be intrinsically the business administration degrees, but we even have sports management as part of what is available for competition level at our state and our national level. So things that you wouldn't necessarily think are going to be related may very well be. So
Right.
Any student can benefit from this organization.
Business really is the lifeblood of organizations in general. Whatever method or medium these organizations operate in, it really is the backbone in the structure.
Absolutely. And our organization is committed to helping develop and build ethical business leaders for our future. We need that. That's important. Right now, we have community members and leaders, in our communities, as mentioned, but when we look at, tomorrow, 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, we'll have people that are retiring. We'll have people that remain in the field, but guess what? We'll also have the people that are currently here in college in those fields as well. So we want to make sure that we are helping enrich our students and our business leaders, the future business leaders, so that whenever they are in these environments, they have the skills necessary to not only survive, but to thrive.
Right.
Absolutely.
And I believe PBL just recently went through a series of contests and challenges, and would you like to expand on that?
Absolutely. So FBLA PBL does have multiple levels of the organization. So we have been through State Leadership Conference, and that was in March in Orlando, Florida. So on a state level, we competed with many, many other PBL members in various different fields, and we're quite successful in placing and winning some of those awards.
Congratulations.
It's wonderful. We're so proud of our members. But then now we've had the phenomenal opportunity to then go to the next level at Nationals in San Antonio, Texas, right at the end of June.
Wow.
And so then we're competing with thousands on that level. And you're not just competing with the ones in our state, you're competing with the best of the best from all of the states at that point. So it truly is prestigious in placing and making it through those preliminary rounds to get into the finals. And so we certainly did have a couple of our members, Kylie Rhodes and also Corbin Holler, that made it to the level of actually on the stage with placing in their events.
Wow.
Now, we're not just about competitions though. That's great because competitions may be something that you can try a specific competition and realize that's a field I really liked. I enjoyed studying that. Maybe I
Right.
want to pursue it. That's great. But that's not all it's about. Something that we are doing on the state and the national level is we're gearing toward making sure our members are deriving benefits from the organization, because we are an organization that is a nonprofit and we do give back to our communities. As a matter of fact, this year our state initiative is Take Stock in Children, which is represented at every college in the state, including here at Chipola College. But we aren't just about that, because we do want our members to grow. We want benefits there.
To thrive.
Absolutely. So rather than just competitions, we are implementing more and more workshops, personal and professional development, finding your love, finding your spark. What is it that you love? And then how can you market that?
Right.
How can you make that a marketable, item for you? How can you make that work?
Right.
Where does that go? And we have a wonderful community. We've got many people that are students here that are going to remain in our community after college, and that's phenomenal because we want to continue to invest in our community. But we have some students that won't remain here, that are going to maybe move to a different part of the state or the country. We want them to remember that what they've gained here ties them back to our
Right.
community. And so we want to be able to give them those tools that they need while they're here as well. So someone that just out of the blue says wants to be a rocket scientist, guess what we don't have here in Marianna, Florida, most likely? We don't have an abundance of rocket scientists for them to sit down with and to talk with and to find out the ins and outs of the industry and what they need to do and how they pursue that. But with our organization, because it is a state and a nationwide and an international organization, because it is so big and we are developing those connections, and we have a professional division where it's these business leaders in the community that are invested in our organization because they recognize the importance of it. We have ways to connect people from these small towns like Bluntstown, out the Chipley, from Sneads, Marianna, with possibly that rocket scientist they want to speak with.
That is phenomenal. And networking is becoming extremely important in today's environment for both students and people who are entering their careers.
Absolutely, it is. And so one of the things that's brand new that has come about is the PBL level, so the college level, has initiated a new fall conference called Career Connections. That conference is held in New York City.
Wow.
And with that conference, it's a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. They get to do headshots, they get resume reviews, they get multiple workshops, but the entire day Friday, from 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. on Friday, is spent visiting various businesses and speaking with, sometimes it's the actual executives of the business, sometimes it's certain departments of the business, but some of those are like LinkedIn.
Wow.
And I know there was the Wall Street Walks. There was a Broadway visit as well. There are so many, a stadium, if you're interested in sports and as far as the management and the aspects of that. So there are some just phenomenal opportunities that are just not your everyday opportunities that you see just, going to class every day. This is truly an enrichment experience.
Right. It's a direct application of a scale that this area cannot replicate it easily.
Absolutely, but you know, our area is so valuable, it's amazing that now we can connect our wonderful area that, you know, we all see the value in, and we can connect it to those bigger areas outside of us.
Right.
Absolutely.
And they can either take it back here and build with what they've learned, or they can go wherever their heart pursues.
Absolutely, but I know that when they do possibly go, if it's somewhere else, they're going to remember what they gained here at Chipola College and in our area.
And that is exceptionally valuable.
Absolutely, I agree, it is.
So in regards to being the president of PBL, what are the greatest challenges in that while also being a student?
Certainly. Well, I am, I'm not a unique case, but I'm definitely not what they would consider the traditional student, because I am a student that I took time off from college, much more than a 1 semester break, but I came back, and so came back as a student, but also work and am a parent.
Wow.
And so I've taken on this role as president for Phi Beta Lambda Chipola College, which we're now coming to the close of this term. We'll start the new semester, and I'm excited to see what leaders we can start developing for our officer team for this upcoming year. But I've also served a full year and have begun a new year as a state district vice president. So I'm on the state officer team as well, representing our region, because we need to have a voice on the state level.
Right.
You know, we're that smaller area of Florida. You know, we want to have a voice in what's happening and the feedback. And so I do have the honor of representing our area on the state level. So yes, I stay very busy. There's definitely commitment there. Online courses have been wonderful. Chipola College is, it's home. Chipola College is a phenomenal atmosphere. I first started Chipola College years ago, and then, you know, whenever I took that time off, it's because I was stubborn and decided to take the time off. Not anything from Chipola, but whenever it was time to come back to college, and I was just like, oh, it's time, I'm ready, there was no question. Chipola College it was. So it takes a lot of hard work. It takes organization and focus and some time management, but it's possible. You can make it work. And we do have one of, actually the only, to my knowledge, organization here at Chipola, student organization, that actually meets at a time that is conducive for individuals that are like me, that may work that full-time job,
Right.
that 8 to 5, because we have made flexibility in our scheduling of our meetings. In the past, we've been meeting, say, at 5 p.m. on a certain day of the week. That allows individuals to get done at work and maybe come straight to our meeting here at the college. Whereas some of the other organizations meet in the middle of the day.
Right,
And
around lunchtime.
Around lunchtime. And so it's just not really conducive for students that are non-traditional students to be as involved in. And so
Right.
I think that's a wonderful benefit as well. And obviously, depending on our membership base, if we found that 5 p.m. wasn't a good time, then we would certainly think about it and say, what time is good? And find a better time.
Right. And I really admire that, because in the long run, whenever people graduate from college, they will likely follow that same schedule. You know, they'll work the 8 to 5s and 9 to 5s, and typically be free in the evening. And that also, for the people, the traditional students, that also sets that kind of mindset.
It does. And we are seeing more and more flexibility in the workplace, but you're right, it is still that traditional 8 to 5, 9 to 5 kind of a work day, what's sort of called the banker's hours, I think we joke about. So yes, that is more traditional in the professional world, but that also depends on the field you're getting into. If it's a high demand field, you're probably going to put in more hours.
Right.
But yes, it does. It sort of gets you in that mindset of, you know, okay, so we've committed our day to something else. This is when we'll meet for this organization that is ultimately extracurricular, but I think it is so closely tied in that,
Right.
you know, you really have to see it as co-curricular almost.
Yes. And in my opinion, business really is, in a sense, a skill, because that skill is the success that you can find in your career, the abilities that you can work and have the willpower to move forward in your career.
It certainly is. We have hard skills, you know, the things that we learn every day, and the
Right.
things that we, putting pen to paper, and but we have soft skills as well. You have discussing things with others. It's that networking. How do you get that connection and open that conversation? How do you give an elevator speech? what is an elevator speech?
Right.
If you don't know. And so those are certainly soft skills, and how to, and this is really an important one in life because things don't always go our way. Sometimes it's not about how to win in business and in life. Sometimes it's how to not necessarily lose, but to learn in
Right.
business and in life. You know, sometimes you're not going to be the one that wins the competition or that gets the promotion or the job or the raise or gets your project approved. Sometimes that's going to be the case.
Right.
How do you handle that? What do you learn from that? How do you grow? Those are skills that we all need to develop because, like I said, it's not just related to those that are business administration
Right.
majors. This is something that is across the board.
I absolutely agree. And so PBL has been growing as well, right?
Absolutely. PBL as an organization is smaller than Future Business Leaders of America. Your high school students, it is a wonderful organization, Future Business Leaders of America, but part of the appeal of FBLA on the high school level is sometimes they'll have club days and things like that, and they're like,
Right.
yes, I get to get out of
Pizza
class
parties.
or a pizza party.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that extra incentive there. But we tend to not have, we don't have as many people in the PBL level because some of the FBLA students just don't know. And I think that's a very sad situation because you could leave high school as an FBLA member, come to college, and almost have your own home base, your own support system already built in here at college.
Right.
People that want to help you grow, want to help you find the answers that you need as far as take this, take that, or which course to follow. And so that's something that we're working on locally, state, and national level. We're working very hard on that retention of members and that carryover from high school to college. But we also, over the years, there had been some decline in numbers of membership. We worked very hard. This past year, we actually saw in the state of Florida, 12% growth
Wow.
in our organization in Phi Beta Lambda. That's something we're very, very proud of, and that our organization at a state level was recognized for at nationals as well. And we were able to activate or reactivate 5 chapters across the state this past year.
Wow.
And that's phenomenal as well. That's the most reactivated chapters by any state this past year. So this is definitely something that's very important to us. It truly is part of our initiative. And let's say you've got the student that's maybe here for the 2 years and we don't offer their 4-year degree that they want and they're going somewhere else. If they go to another college that does not have a PBL, well, that's not the end of the road. There are options. They can be they can be a virtual member with Phi Beta Lambda, or they could possibly get others enthusiastic about Phi Beta Lambda and begin a chapter there at that college. And certainly the other chapters around, the advisor here, me, any of us would be glad to work with them and getting them the information they need and helping them pursue that goal.
Wow. And in closing with this interview, is there anything else you would like to discuss about PBL or?
I think the biggest thing is that I would encourage any and all students to find out about us, to check it out, to ask us questions. I'm always glad to stop and answer a question. I truly believe in Phi Beta Lambda, what it has to offer our students, and especially having seen it firsthand. It's a little bit in my blood, you would say. But so we're glad to answer your questions. Ms. Glenda Bethel is the advisor here on Chipola College in the Z building.
She's a phenomenal instructor.
She is a phenomenal instructor. We're very happy to have her. She is amazing. And you know, we do, it's not that we just show up at these competitions and just, you know, I'll take a test and see how I do. No, we put a lot of hard work and preparation into these competitions, and on the level of being a state officer and getting these workshops together, pulling things together for the actual conventions. So we do want students to benefit. This is an organization that's not just going to allow you to give back, like through Take Stock in Children, but it's going to give back to you as well.
And PBL really deserves all of the praise it has been getting.
And I think that it's phenomenal that we've been able to get some of that recognition, and because I hope that opens more students up to seeing us. The exposure, I think, is what is phenomenal, because I just truly believe that individuals can gain so much through this organization, and I hate hearing someone that's never heard of Phi Beta Lambda, you know, to not know what's available to them.
Right.
Because it's available. It's right here on our campus.
Thank you so much for watching our Biz Tech Talk. We've had Cami here, the president of PBL. Have a nice day.